Hello, everybody. My name is Laura, and welcome to our deep dive session, All Things Remote Events. Within the event industry cosmos, the digital way of connecting people, transferring knowledge, seeking inspiration, or simply being entertained is a current focus that we all want to get the most out of. And remote events, they developed so fast. First of all, the strategy behind it, but also the technology that we use to actually implement them. There are so many opportunities, but also a lot of new challenges, and especially a lot of very valuable stories about that topic that are definitely worth sharing. And that's why we're here today to really look at highlights, look at mess-ups, to discuss the future and the potential of the remote event industry, to share ideas together and to learn from each other. And the topic today, we are going to focus on hybrid events, which are, in my perspective, one of the challenging ones, or the most challenging one, because it's very hard to really balance the two different perspectives. And on the other side, it's a very fascinating way to actually merge these digital elements into a physical setup. And for that topic, my guest speaker today is Daniela Stack. She is the Director of New Fairs and Events at the Deutsche Messe AG. And since the implementation of events like nowadays combines so many new digital approaches, she and her team, they created an event location which is super flexible, so they can adjust perfectly every event's the individual event strategy and actual purpose or event form or type. So I am really excited about her story and her take on remote events.
PIRATEx Deep Dive. All things remote events.
Hi there, Daniela. Welcome
Hi,
to our session. How are you doing?
I'm very fine. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, second day of the second soft lockdown here in Germany. I'm glad that we can at least meet that way. So, well, I already said a few words about you, Daniela, but I'm pretty sure there is some more. So tell us, what should people know about you? What else?
Thank you. Well, my name is Daniela Stack, and I've been working in the event industry for more than 16 years now. So I'm not young, I'm old at the moment. And I'm at the team for Deutsche Messe in Hanover. We are a worldwide company. Our passion is to bring people together, and in the times of lockdown is not that easy. So actually I'm responsible for new fairs and events, but at the moment I'm responsible more than ever for new event formats, like hybrid formats. And during the last weeks, we have been developing the so-called hub, our hybrid event hub, where we can conduct hybrid and streaming events. And I would really like to talk about that topic more during the next minutes.
We're going to do that for sure. But to kick things off and to get like a tiny personal impression of you as well, I always do it with my guests to start the whole session with a short one or the other game. So it's pretty simple. It's just two things. And you give me one answer, no explanation needed at all. You ready for that? Okay.
Yeah.
So classical one, is it coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea, okay. And would you go for conferences or trade fairs?
I'd vote for trade fairs.
Okay. And plane or train?
Train.
Train. And are you rather a beach or a mountain type of person?
Absolutely mountain type of person.
And a bit more focused, hybrid or 100% digital?
Hybrid.
Hybrid. Okay, that was kind of obvious.
That was easy.
Okay, so well, Daniela, I know that same as many of us, you come from the physical event industry, right, as well. So, and And that one, I mean, it developed massively in the last few months. And I think you cannot even call it a development, because development usually happens slowly. It's a slow process and you get used to it. But the event industry, we got literally thrown into this new digital surrounding. And for me, or for us, it felt like we jumped 5 years within 5 months. So that was crazy. And so let's start with the personal one. When you guys, or you or your team, when you realized that our industry is so heavily affected by the pandemic, can you think of, like, what was your first thought? What came to your mind?
Yes, you have said it's not a development, it's not even a disruption, it's even more. It's a fast forward into future, I think. When we had the lockdown in spring, we felt kind of the same way as the aviation industry or travel industry. All airplanes were on ground,
Yeah.
Trade fairs and events were not allowed from one day to the next. So we were kind of shocked. And we were not sure how long the pandemic would control us so immensely. And now, more than half a year later, we still do not know.
True.
And we have times now when really nothing is safe. And we don't know how the incidence of infection will develop, what measures politicians will take, what travel restrictions we have in the next time, and when a vaccination will be available. So it's all a huge challenge for us. But, after we were in shock, we decided we have to do something, because this is more than a disruption. This is our future, and we have to take actions now.
Yeah. But when you come to that point, I mean, also that was also my perception. When you look at the event industry, or there were or you could notice two different types of event organizers: the ones who waited, who hope, who just wait, and the ones who actually take action. And you guys did that. But I mean, when I think of Deutsche Messe AG, it's not like a small, agile business that can easily adjust to such changes, right? So how did it feel? I mean, at your company, which is huge.
Yeah. At first I thought, okay, it might be difficult for a few weeks, and then we will have it under control, Let's wait. But then it turned out very quickly that COVID-19, behaves differently than SARS or EHEC. We have had that before for trade fairs, and we had this kind of pandemic crisis, but it went away kind of within a few months. And then, we said, okay, we have to have action, and we have to find solutions for our customers, because our customers ask us, what should we do now? We still have the target to get access to our customers and to present our new products to a big public.
Yeah.
So we felt a kind of pressure from our customers to find new solutions, to build a bridge between visitors and exhibitors. So we felt pressure, and then we took action. And as you said, we are a big company, but the point is, we are passionate for bringing people together. And after the first shock, then we were not like, oh, it's new and we are afraid of something new. It was more like, okay, we have to bring people together. How can we do it? So there was a big team passion for the solution, and it felt kind of agile, to be honest. Even we were a big company, because we had the same aim, and this binds together in the crisis.
And that was the point where the hub was born, or the idea for it.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure you heard of Hannover Messe.
Yeah,
one of our biggest trade fairs, and it usually takes place in April. And it quickly became clear in March that it cannot take place as usual, and of course customers were uncertain whether large trade fairs with hundreds of thousands of visitors actually would be possible in the next future. And they said, okay, do something. And we were sure that we have to do something, and we said, okay, if large trade fairs are not possible within the next months or even years, we have to find a solution. And then we came up with this hub idea. And I think this was a very big milestone for our business. And I think this was a good idea.
I think so too. So for people who didn't, or well, I looked at it already, but maybe you can describe us a little. What exactly is the hub? I mean, I can say up front, you guys have a lot of space, and I think you used it really in a really good way. But how much space does this entire event location contain in general, and how does it? Describe it to us, like draw a picture for us.
Yeah, I think, I think you can get even a better impression if we first watch a short clip. And then afterwards I can describe a little bit more. So action please, we should have a look at the short clip.
There we go. I think that worked.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, the hub is a hall, and I think we have more than 3,000 square meters in the hall. So as you have already mentioned, a lot of space.
Yes.
And we call the hub as the multifunctional hall, where you can do hybrid and streaming as events as well. It is one space, but we have, in fact, we have 5 different settings. And there is the stage, which is the main stage with a big LED wall in behind, with I think more than 40 square meters. It's huge. Then we have an area called the talk, where you can have classic talk situation. The lounge, which is a more cozy talk situation.
Yeah.
The product to present products you have, and we also have, this is very cool, a space for mixed reality, where customers can present their products in virtual or even augmented reality.
Love it. So cool.
So maybe you would ask me, why do we need 5 different settings, right?
Well, I mean, actually, I wouldn't ask that, because I think exactly that is the best idea you had. Because I mean, we always say, when we are talking about remote events, we say that the future might be that we probably unbundle the different focus that you have with an event. So some are more for knowledge transfer, others are more inspiring, entertaining, and others are for connecting with each other and getting in touch with other people. So I kind of really can relate to your idea or your vision of really like getting these different perspectives into place to find the perfect fit for each event's new strategy or each event type. But what I was wondering is that, I mean, this all seems very content driven, right? The lounge for discussions, the keynotes on the stage and everything. And when I think about a fair, for me, it's always more about the exhibition and the exhibitors who are there with their booths. So where do they take place? Or is that like a different angle?
Yeah. First I'd like to add your ideas about the 5 settings, and because we believe that hybrid events should more be staged like a TV show in future. It's a big challenge. We all know that, to reach people online and then to keep them engaged, for a long time with the content, because it's different if you have them in the audience on site, or if they sit in front of their computers.
True.
And so this was the idea that the hub, now you can stage everything in a complete different way, and you can look at the products in a different perspective, and then you can present them in a very entertaining way, because we use different camera angles, and the production is, because of the fast cutting, can be really, really entertaining. And this is our main asset, I think, or main USP in comparison to other competitors. But you asked about exhibitors and their booths. Well, I think that the borders between visitors and exhibitors, the borders are blurring, because I think it's all about the product. Within the hub, you can still use booths. Not so many, but I think we have space for, let's say, 30 booths for the exhibitors, where they can present their stuff. But I think in the days of the digital age, the products can be presented in a different way, and I think the companies have to look for a different way to present their products, either with augmented reality or virtual reality, or the exhibitors can show a video clip, or they can have a sales presentation or a product demonstration, or even they can connect with every person around the world via a virtual call. So it's still all about the product, but it's more about the content you're conveying. You have to explain the content, you have to explain the product, you have to integrate your customer in a long story. And I think you still have the opportunity to book a booth within the hub, but I think this is not the main goal. The main goal is to find an entertaining way to present your product, and to bind people in front of the computers and within the people who are sitting on site, to entertain them. And I think this is the new way to attract customers.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I mean, that's like one of the basic things that we always say when we look at digital events, that nothing happens naturally, right? That you have to trigger people via the content to actually come by and have a look at your product. But Daniela, what did I want to say? When you have the different perspectives and everything, and now you have your customers, and they are exhibitors on one side, but would you say they changed, like, over with the pandemic? Are they still? Do you get like new offers from different customers than you had before, or is it?
Yeah, I think people are looking for solutions at the moment. They are all kind of shaky, and they don't not know what to do and where they can invest their money for gaining their targets. They all have the same targets. They want to reach customers, and they want to sell the products. So they're looking for the best solutions. And we have different customers now. We have more customers who were not so into trade fairs in the past, and now they are finding a new solution to broadcast and to reach more people than they did before. So if you use the hub and people coming to the hub, I think with the current hygiene concept, it's up to 300 people are admitted to the hub at the same time. This is not much, it's just 300 people. It's more like a VIP concept.
Yeah.
But you can reach people all around the world. It's like millions of people to reach the people with the ideas and with your products. And I think this is what have changed. There is no limits of your presentation. And if you have smart marketing measures or social media campaigns, then there's no limits to reach customers. And this is, I think, the new way of thinking. So it's a big challenge these days, but it's also a big opportunity to reach more customers all over the world.
That's like the most the most best or the best opportunity that we get, right? To like enlarge or enlarge the entire reach that we actually get. But you were saying that keeping the people engaged. So now we only have 300 people on place. So this is like the one perspective. And then we have the others who all join virtually, who are in that case just watching. Or do you, I mean, when I look at the trade fair or at the conferences that we built in the last month, then we always use like one closed workspace where people click around, where you can interact, where you can chat. Do you cooperate with such event softwares as well? Or is the hub or the events that are produced in the hub more like a one-way streaming version?
Yeah. Every event is different. So there is no of the pack solution kind of. Mm-hmm. So our streaming technology is compatible with all common platforms, whether Vimeo or YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
You can stream wherever you want to, but we also offer our own solution, our own event platform.
Yeah.
And it's not only about registration and streaming, but it's also with a matchmaking tool or other things, way of interaction.
Now we're talking.
This is about Q&As and votings, and it's a way to combine the online and the on-site world together. So people are, let's say 300 people are sitting in the hall, and let's say like 10,000 people are watching online. Mm-hmm. And then you kind have a person who is the hub between both worlds, brings them together, and people can interact via the online platform, and they can ask questions or they can give comments, and it's going to be shared via the LED wall, and you can see everything. So polls are presented on the LED wall. Questions are presented. Social media platforms can be integrated into the show. So it's kind of, people are on different places, but via the contents they work together remote.
Yep. Okay, so this is interesting. Let's get a little bit more practical. So if I would say I would like to do an event in your hub, I'd love to use the lounge setup and get like the software. Can I or get the software to get my customers engaged and interact with each other and the speakers? Like, what would I need to do to get access? Can everybody access it, or how does it work?
Yeah, the first thing you do, please call me. Or
I'll do that.
Call us. That's the first thing you should do, and then
that's the hotline now.
There are no borders at all, no obstacles. Everybody can get access into the hub. There's no. It's not difficult. What you should have is an idea about your targets. What would you like to aim at with the event? So, and then, at Deutsche Messe, we are, as you have already mentioned, we are a big company, and we also have a consultation. So if you come and call us, then we consult you and give you ideas about the events. Mm-hmm. And then we can help you to reach your target groups with our databases. We can help you to invite the people. We can help you to register the people. We can help you with the matchmaking for the people. We can help you with the content. And we can even help you with everything else you need. What you should bring is the content.
Yep.
Your content and your product. Yeah. And then maybe you can arrive 5 minutes before the show, and then you get your microphone and then you start. It's like a kickstart. It's all plug and play.
Love it.
It's very easy.
Okay,
But
nice.
first, you should call.
I call you. No, I mean, we're always looking for good studios for doing our events. So maybe we get together on that point. We'll see. But well, this is a big new thing, right? So I'm just wondering, when looking at the team, was there like everybody all in from the beginning? Because when I look at me personally, when we made this switch on doing remote, I was not convinced. Honestly, I was not convinced. I was like, I don't want to do this. And now afterwards, I'm so thankful for our ambitious team and our CEOs and founders who really saw this new chance, who saw this new potential and pushed it through and helped the team to create this new passion for digital events. So how was it with you guys? Like, did you hire like new experts who have skills on this technical setup, or was it like were you guys able to take a current team and create this new passion around remote topics?
Yeah, I know what you mean. When we had this lockdown during March, I think there was this kind of a digital fatigueness using remote sessions, and we were not able to see each other, just remote, and it was kind of tiring. It was tiring. But I think the point is that our true passion still is bringing the people together. And after the first great shock, we decided we have to do something, and then we developed the hub, and then only just two persons who had the ideas, and then we talked to our people and said, okay, is this a good idea for us? And then for our company, it was kind of like a new perspective, not sitting and react, but act and to develop something. So it kind of brought the team together, because everything what happens in the hub, technically or building the whole settings, it was all done. It has all been done via our own teams. So they were working in the hall. They had the chance to watch how the development comes forward in the hub, and then everybody was so excited, because at the beginning there was just a photo, a rendering, how the hub was going to look like. Yeah. And then they were all part of the story, and they were all kind of a part of the project. So they were kind of passionate to work on in the team. And yes, we had some challenges regarding the digital part. And for this, we have found a partner who supports us regarding the technical features. But then everything is here in our hearts, bringing people together and to manage things. And this is what the people do, and this is what they, the main thing is that we had the perspective to act in the crisis.
Were there some critical thoughts on your side, like, no, let's drop it, we shouldn't do that?
Well, I think there is still a big challenge we have, and this is this question: what might be the smartest business model behind it? And this is my biggest hesitation about that, because online seems to be like not cheap, but it seems to be without any costs. You can use, if you have a look at information platforms, you can use them nearly for free, and not every person is able or is willing to pay for the content. And I think at the hybrid events, it's nearly the same, that people are not necessarily willing to pay for something which is conveyed online. So this is a big challenge for us to think about and to say, okay, the times are over where you consume digital content for free. We had our content during our trade fairs, and we streamed this online, and people from all over the world could watch this. But I think these times are over, and then I think we have to find a good way to have good content that people are willing to pay for. It's not on the exhibitor side, because they get all the leads via the online platform, and then they have the targets, and then they have clear aims, and then everybody knows, okay, these are the leads and these are the hot qualified leads and stuff like that. And the people who are joining and the people who are kind of visitors, we have to have a good business model that they are willing to pay in a good way.
Yep.
So this is kind of my hesitation. Can we earn money with all that? I mean, it's not about fun. It's it's about perspective, but it's also about business model. And this was my first hesitation at the beginning.
Totally. When I just had to think back to one of the first deep dives talk that I had, where we were thinking, that was all the way in the beginning, where we were saying things like, oh yeah, with digital you can go like 40% cheaper. But I mean, you can, of course, but it's like, what's your level that you want to reach, right? And if you want to do like a high qualified digital or hybrid event, then all the things that you need around it, like the setup, I mean, you build up a very long lasting one, which is great because you can reuse it all the time. But that is, shouldn't underestimate that. And that's what we think, we did in the beginning as well. And
the other part, is to reach the right customers. At Deutsche Messe, we have big trade fairs, big shows who are very famous. Hannover Messe, I think it's like 73 years old. Everybody knows it in the branch, and we have big brands everybody knows. So if we have a new event format, then it's very hard to get the that everybody knows you, that someone is aware of you, that someone is willing to take part. So there is a big challenge for marketing efforts to say, okay, how can we reach the right persons? And I think this is the challenge for the future, to reach and to reach the right target groups for our exhibitors.
Yeah,
this is something we have to learn every day.
Yeah, and also, I think, but there is a lot of potential, because also the target group itself, or like the people who will or who want to do events like that, the mindset develops as well. I mean, you can feel it already, like how open-minded people are now when looking at events in such a setup than they were 5 months before, because we get used to it. And I think it will become a more normal way for us to do events like that, because I mean, as you said in the beginning, you can reach so many more people. You can open up a market to people that you didn't reach before, or who couldn't afford it to reach events, and now they can get inspired and can get all these opportunities and benefits out of it, and that's wonderful, I'd say. But
I think this is a development we have even post-corona, that people see that they're not necessarily have to travel around the world and have all these expensive flights and hotels and stuff like that. And I think this is why I think the hybrid formats will also be there in future, even after corona, because people will now think twice or even 3 times if they would like to spend the money for traveling. And like you said, we are all getting used to it, and it's kind of normal. But I really hope that what people really like best is to meet in person and to meet personally. This is something I really long for, to meet persons,
Yeah, but one does not exclude the other, right?
Right.
So
this is true.
It can be like, I'm always saying that it's like a new kind of product, a new kind of event within the line of events. And fingers crossed that we get the physical ones back as well. But the hub itself, when did it open, or when did you kick it off?
Well, we will kick it off tomorrow.
Oh, so tomorrow is the first, because I just wanted to ask, what was the first event that you did in the hub, or which was the biggest one so far? But then the first one is coming up tomorrow?
Tomorrow, right? This is our kickoff. We have an internal kickoff for our employees, and we have a customer event just to show how the hub looks like and how it works. And then we had a big pause because there was another trade fair in it. And then now we have the last things to do around, and tomorrow is the first event.
Lovely. How many people? Tell us, how does it look like? I'm like pleased that you're still talking to me today and have time for that.
Yeah, we're very excited at the moment, but the event is not a hybrid event, it's a streaming event.
Okay.
Because of the lockdown at the moment. So hybrid events are still possible, but customers are kind of hesitating at the moment because they're not sure what they can do and what not. So this is a pure streaming event, and we are very, very excited about that. And we will all cross our fingers that we have no problems. I'm sure we will have no problems, but it's our premiere as well. We had our rehearsals during our internal kickoff, but it's our first customer event. So
yeah, lovely, cool. So my fingers are crossed as well for you.
Thank you.
Daniela, what would you say, what's your favorite part of the hub? Is there like something that you say that's the heart of it, or that's your favorite aspect of the entire thing?
I actually have two favorites. Of course, I like the main stage because I love to stand on stages. And there's the big LED wall behind me, and it's all, you can have a look at the audience, and it's kind of huge, and it's the big thing. But the other thing is that I really like the lounge because it's so cozy, and then it's totally different. You do not have the big setting. It's kind of cozy. You can have let's say like a fireside chat. It's comfortable. It's cool. And I really like these two settings because the one is the big ones, and the other one is the more relaxed one. And I think the combination is ideal.
Yeah,
for events.
That's true. So to wrap this up, I keep my fingers crossed for you for tomorrow. I always ask the same question, the closing question in the end. I think I already know your answer, but still you get it. Daniela, would you say remote events are here to stay?
Yes, Laura. Absolutely. No, to be honest, they will stay for the future. Even if we have physical events in the future, then we will have, I think, I'm sure that we always will have a hybrid part as well. I think there will be a new normal when it's not only physical, but there's always a combination of physical and digital or hybrid events. This is going to be the new normal.
Cool. Yeah, I think so too. All with you. All right, so thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure. I'm super excited how it's going to be tomorrow, and fingers crossed on your event tomorrow.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you for all your wishes. I think I say goodbye to everyone, and stay healthy, please.
Exactly. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. And as I said, there are so many stories out there. There is a lot of potential on hybrid, digital, remote events, however you want to call it. And this is the place where we're going to talk about it and share it, because there is a lot going on out there, and I'm super excited what the future will bring for us. So stay tuned, and bye.
PIRATEx Deep Dive. All things remote events.